Teresa with BeCozi.net is here. BeCozi.net and BeCozi.com is an American website. They're both going to the same place, and we are located in Holland, Michigan. So if you're local, feel free to stop at our office, and we are happy to see people here looking at our yarn. We have the biggest collection of chunky yarns for hand knitting, and today I will be using our beautiful Merino wool. We have super chunky Merino wool, and we have Forever soft Merino wool. Forever soft is thin Merino wool. Comparing to super chunky, it's still pretty chunky. You will not find anything like that in any craft store. So Forever soft Merino wool is 100% Merino wool. It's made from the wool of Merino sheep. Merino sheep is originated in Australia. So this is the only wool that is not itchy. It's super soft, it's super gentle to touch. It's also hyperallergenic. 90% of people with allergy to wool will not have allergy to Merino wool. It's also moisture wicking, and it's just super warm too. So we have a few colors available. We have this beautiful lavender. We have pink that I will be using today. We have gray. We have dark gray, and we also have ivory that I don't have here. So today I will be using our beautiful pink Forever soft Merino wool, and I will be adding our beautiful Furreal soft. So this yarn is very thin. It looks like fur, and we have many colors available. I'm using this pink today. We also have blue, we have light gray, we have this kind of like cranberry, and this brown one, and we also have some really fun mixed, so taupe mix, bumblebee, and s'mores. This yarn is thin yarn. We have it in stock because it's perfect to add to any other yarn. Like you can add it to, like if you're using Forever soft Merino, you can add this beautiful color. Look how gorgeous it will look together. You can also add just gray with gray, and it will just give you that beautiful fuzziness. And if you're using lavender, we have this beautiful lavender Furreal soft. It would look gorgeous together. So, and you can see that this baby blanket that we're making today, it also look gorgeous, gorgeous combination of Forever soft and Furreal soft. So they're both really soft. The pattern is double ribbon. And blanket is baby blanket, 25 by 25. It's perfect for a newborn baby up to 6 months old. And underneath the video, I will put all the information, how much yarn you need for a bigger blanket, for a lapse row, for medium size and large, and how many stitches you need to start with. So look for the information underneath the video. Also, please subscribe to my channel, and you will receive a new video every week. Let's get started. Okay, guys, let's get started. So we will be using BeCozi Forever soft Merino wool. As I said, it's 100% Merino wool. There are 8 ounces here, and that's what we will be using, the whole skein, to make this small baby blanket. And we also will be using BeCozi Furreal soft yarn. I found this, we have a few colors available, and this color is matching, and it looks perfect with this pink Merino wool. So now we need to start to find the end. Here we are, and I will throw the skein on the floor, and then I will do the same with Furreal soft. And then I will just connect these two. And the reason I'm adding Furreal soft, it gives this fuzzy look to Merino wool, but it also makes it stronger, okay? It looks better when it's this way, and it will hold much better when you're using the blanket and especially when you are washing it. So here we are, we're placing yarn like that. This is the tail, this is working yarn. And then we are placing our working yarn on the top. And then you made the loop, insert your hand inside the loop, grab working yarn, and then pull this stitch out and these two strings down. So we just made our first stitch. As you can see, it's pretty big. We don't need it as big. So what we will do, we will pull working yarn down and it will get a little bit smaller. It will be about 1 inch high. So what do we do now? We are now casting on a chain. We're inserting our hand, grab working yarn, pull it through this first stitch. We just made second stitch, and you see that I'm trying to make stitches the same size, and stitches on the cast on need to be a little bit bigger than stitches what you will be making when you're knitting the blanket. So insert your hand, grab working yarn, pull it out. 3, 4, and you probably see that I am kind of pressing the bottom of the stitch that was just made. I'm doing it because this way you will not pull the yarn. See, if I don't hold it and then I pull the yarn, the stitches will be of a different size. Now our task, our goal is to make all stitches approximately the same size. Then the bottom of the blanket will look very nice and professionally made. Okay, so we need 16 stitches, guys. Let's count. We will be counting the top part of the stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 14, 15, and 16. When you're knitting with two strings, try not to lose that smaller string of Furreal Soft. Make sure that when you are putting yarn through, you're taking two strings together. Okay, so we have 16 stitches, guys. So what are we doing now? We are flipping this cast on chain on another side. The reason we are doing it because we want the beautiful, a beautiful chain, this chain to be on the bottom of the blanket. It's very easy. You just flipped it, and now we will start knitting or pulling out our first row. So this is our first stitch. We're going from underneath, insert your fingers, grab working yarn and pull it out. This is our first stitch. Now we will be knitting our second stitch. We will not be using the top part or bottom part of the stitch. We will be using the middle part. Here's the middle part. Need to kind of separate it from the top and bottom part. Insert your fingers, grab working yarn and pull it out. So here we are. We have two stitches, two first stitches done. Now find the next stitch, middle part of the stitch, and pull it out. So see, my stitches are all about the same size, and this is what you need to try to do. All stitches need to be about the same size. I'm knitting in the medium tightness. I'm not knitting too tight, I'm not knitting too loose. It's kind of in the middle. If you need your blanket to be really tight knitted, you can make stitches smaller. If you like loose knitting, then you will pull stitch out more and make it bigger. It's up to you. So you see, I'm trying to make all these stitches about the same size, and I'm going through all middle part of the stitches here. And see, I just lost that Furreal Soft, as I said. Try not to lose it. If you lose it, it's not a big deal if you lose it once, but then try to not to lose it on the next row. Then it will be okay. So here we are. We have 16 stitches. And now we will start our pattern, guys. I usually start pattern on the second row because that's easier. So what are we doing? We're placing our working yarn on the back, and now we are knitting first two stitches. The same way, insert your hand, grab working yarn and pull it through the stitch. Second stitch the same way. Insert your hand, grab working yarn and pull it through. Next two stitches we will be purling, and for this reason the yarn goes on the top, not on the back, and you're taking the stitch and you're pushing this working yarn through this stitch in your hand like that. So we just made first purl stitch, and now we are holding the stitch and we are pushing the stitch through. Now next two stitches will be knitted. Working yarn on the back, insert your hand, grab working yarn and pull it through the stitch. And the same with the second stitch. So this is our pattern, guys. It's called double ribbing, two knitted, two purled. So for purled stitches, yarn goes on the top. You're holding the stitch with your left hand and you're pushing working yarn through the stitch with your right hand. And you're doing it to the next stitch too. And then keep doing the same way, two knitted, two purled, until you reach the end of the row. Then we will be simply repeating the same pattern, guys, for the whole length of the skein. One skein gives you a small baby blanket, 25 by 30. If you want to make a bigger blanket, I will put sizes underneath the video, and that will show you how much yarn you will need if you want to make a bigger blanket. So here we are. Just made the second row, and the third row we will be simply repeating the same pattern. So it's easy to see which stitches are purled, which are knitted. Knitted look like little chains. Purled has these bumps in the middle. So these two were purled, so we are simply purling them too. The only reason we are going from this side to the from the right to the left, you are going to the different direction. Otherwise, you're the same, using the same technique. You're inserting your hand and pulling yarn through for knitted, and you are pushing yarn through the stitch in your hand for purling stitch. So that's what I will be doing, guys, for the length of the skein, until I use the whole skein of both of Forever Soft Merino and Furreal Soft fur yarn of BeCozi. Then when I have a little bit of yarn left, I will come back and I will show you how to cast off. Okay, guys, we are back and look at this beautiful blanket. Isn't it gorgeous? This beautiful merino wool, it's super soft, it's super gentle to touch. As I said, this is the only merino, this is the only wool that doesn't feel itchy. It feels super soft and super nice to touch. And this Furreal Soft, it gives it even more softness. So the blanket, as you can see, it's a small blanket, 25 by 25, and I have about three and a half widths of the blanket left, and that will be enough to finish the blanket. Okay, that's how much you will need to leave, at least three and a little bit more, like 3.5 widths. So now when we're ready to cast off, so here is our first stitch. What we will be doing, I will be adding or making one more extra stitch. This is for having this end to be very nice and looking like nice edge here. If you just knit it as is or cast off as is, then it will be like that. It will be curly. So you have this extra stitch, then add another stitch from the blanket, and then take working yarn and pull it through these two stitches. Then keep your hand or your fingers inside this last stitch and add another stitch. You have two stitches on your hand. grab working yarn and pull it through. So you just finished a few stitches here, and now that's what we will be doing. We will be knitting 2 stitches. See, just dropped for real soft. 2 stitches at a time. Try not to miss any stitch, because then you will need to unwind and redo the cast off, because yarn is very soft. It's easy to drop off the stitch, and we need to try to avoid it. So that's what we will be doing to cast off, guys. See, it's very easy way. You're just knitting 2 stitches at a time. And as I said, this yarn is available at BeCozi.com or BeCozi.net. And if you like natural yarn, if you want to make a blanket for your baby that will be made with natural fiber, you need to try our Forever Soft Merino wool. So here we are. We have just 1 stitch in your hand and 1 stitch here. Take these 2 stitches together and knit them together. You now have only 1 stitch left. We can cut the yarn of both strings, and then we will put these 2 ends together inside this last stitch, and then we will pull it hard like that. Pull it tight. So what we will do now, I will just tuck in this yarn 2 together underneath this chain. So see this chain, I'm taking the yarn under and over and a little bit more, and then one more time, and we will hide it on the back on the blanket. Here we will go underneath any stitch. If you want it to be really attached, you can sew it, guys. Otherwise you can just tuck it in and you will not see where it is. Then we will do the same on this side. See, we have a little tail here. We will go underneath this chain once, and then we will just go underneath any stitch on the back. Again, if you want it to be attached really nicely, you can take a needle with a thread and sew it. So here we are. Look at this beautiful baby blanket. It will be perfect for your baby up to, let's say, 6 months old. And if you want it bigger, again, look underneath the video. I will put the measurements, how much yarn you need, how many stitches you need to start, and all of that information. So go to BeCozi.net or BeCozi.com, get this beautiful merino wool yarn, and here it is, and our Furreal soft. We have, as I said, a few colors for both merino and Furreal soft, and make a beautiful blanket for your baby or for yourself. Stay warm and be cozy. Hey guys, Larissa with BeCozi.net is here. I would like to introduce my hand knitting book. The book was published in September 21, and recently it was also published with the Christian Publishing Agency. It's available on our website and also available on Amazon. This is the only book on hand knitting on the craft market. It's extremely unique and very beautiful book explaining hand knitting, giving you a history of our company, how hand knitting was born, and then it also gives you a few patterns, simple patterns with a very detailed pictures how to make every single step on the way. Go to the link underneath this video and purchase this book, and let's hand knit.